English learners often learn that on time means that something happens at the exact time that it is supposed to happen, but in time means that it happens before that time. For example, if a party starts at 5 p.m. and you arrive at 5 p.m., you are on time. But if you arrive before 5 p.m., you are in time. And although that might be true in some situations, it's definitely not true in all situations. And it's also definitely not the most important difference between these two phrases. I'm Teacher Mike, and today I'm going to teach you the real difference between them. Basically, on time just means not late, but in time means not too late. So the first thing that we need to do is make sure that you understand what too late means. If someone or something is too late, this means that they are late. And because of how late they are, they cannot do the thing that they wanted to do. For example, I used to work at a language center, and if a student arrived to class 1 to 4 minutes late, we would still allow them to join. But after 5 minutes, we would lock the door, and students who arrived after that would not be allowed to join. The students who arrived 1 to 4 minutes late were late, but it didn't affect their ability to do what they wanted to do. They could still join the class. But the students who arrived 5 minutes late were too late. Because of how late they were not able to join the class. And as I said a moment ago, on time just means not late, but in time means not too late. So when you say that someone or something was on time, it just tells us that they were not late. And when you say that someone or something was not on time, it just tells us that they were late. But when you say that someone or something was in time, this means that the time at which the thing happened did not affect their ability to do the thing that they wanted to do. They were still able to do it. And when you say that someone or something was not in time, this means that the time at which the thing happened did affect their ability to do the thing that they wanted to do. So, when we use on time, we're only thinking about two things: the time at which something is supposed to happen, and the time at which it does happen. For example, if a party begins at 5 p.m., and you arrive at 5 p.m., you are on time. And if you arrive after 5 p.m., you will not be on time. You will be late. But when we use in time, we're thinking about three things: the time at which something is supposed to happen, the time at which something does happen, and whether this affects your ability to do something. For example, maybe you want to get breakfast from McDonald's, but you arrive at McDonald's at 10:45, and McDonald's stops serving breakfast at 10:30. Because you arrived 15 minutes after the time at which they stop serving breakfast, you can't order breakfast. In this situation, you would use in time, because you are focusing on the fact that you can't order breakfast because you arrived too late. So you could say either, I didn't get there in time to order breakfast, or I didn't get there in time for breakfast. But if the person you are speaking to already knows that the reason you went there was to get breakfast, then you don't actually need to include the part that mentions breakfast. Instead, you can just say, I didn't get there in time, and they will understand that this means that you were not able to get breakfast. So that's the real difference. On time only focuses on whether someone or something is late, but in time focuses on a result or a consequence. This also means that when you use in time, you should always be able to add to verb or for noun. For example, we got to the theater in time to choose good seats. That means that because we got there earlier rather than later, we were able to choose good seats. Or we got there in time for a beautiful sunset. That means that we were able to see a beautiful sunset because of the time at which we arrived. If we had arrived later, we wouldn't have been able to see it. And if you found this video useful, please don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to this channel, and watch another video.